everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Vita Artist Mentoring Monday. Today we're talking about drug abuse. Drug use these days have become a very serious issue with very potent effects on children, preteens, and teenagers. Sadly, some people who use drugs become addicted to them and end up losing their families, homes, and in some very extreme cases, even their lives. Many drug abusers admit that they began to use drugs in their preteen and teenage years. Some were due to peer pressure, some saw their parents abuse drugs, and some were due to societal pressures. Once this circle of using and or abusing drugs begins, it can become a serious addiction and a life-threatening situation. Hence the need to put this conversation on the front burner. You must understand that the risk of using drugs outweighs the benefits. So even a one-time use can affect your body and your mind. Your brain is who you are. It's what allows you to think, breathe, move, speak, and feel. Once drugs become introduced to the body, the brain ceases to function the way it is designed, and the individual loses the ability to carry out those core functions. So while you may enjoy the seeming pleasure that drugs give, think about the long-term effects on your brain, which may eventually lead to mental illness and death. Some commonly abused drugs are alcohol, some call it booze, brew, liquor, and sauce. Alcohol affects the brain in the short term, and repeated drinking can also have an impact on the brain down the road, especially for teens whose brains are still developing. Intoxication, otherwise known as being drunk, leads to unsafe behavior, difficulties in making decisions, or even the inability to recognize danger. Research suggests that drinking during the teen years could interfere with normal brain development and change the brain in ways that have negative effects on information processing and learning, and increase the risk of developing alcohol use disorder later. Another commonly abused drug is cough or cold syrups, otherwise known as candy, Dex, lean, robotrippin, Skittles, Triple C, Tussin, and Velvet. These drugs are effective for stopping cough when used as prescribed, but they also contain ingredients that are psychoactive, which are mind-altering when taken in higher than recommended doses, and some people misuse them. These products also contain other ingredients that can add to the risk. Unfortunately, many of these medicines can be bought over the counter, meaning that you do not even need a prescription to have them. High doses of cough syrup produce the same effect as drugs like opium or heroin, and over time produces a good feeling, but the destruction on the body and the mind is really enormous. There are so many other substances that are abused today: bath salts, inhalants, marijuana, cocaine, and so much more. Don't allow something that gives you temporary pleasure but permanently destroys your life take a hold over you. Remember that the substances in these drugs make you addicted to them, and it is very difficult to break such addictions. Report anyone who you see abusing or misusing drugs, and remember that your life and overall health is more important than making an impression